Heather McDonald has got the juiciest scoop. When you're on the road, when you're on the go, Juicy Scoop is the show to know. She talks Hollywood tales, her real life Mr. Segment serial data and serial sister. You'll be addicted and addicted fast to the #1 tabloid real life podcast. Listen in, listen up. Woo woo. Heather McDonald, Juicy Scoop.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. I have one of our most favorite international delights, the tall, dark-haired Australian cutie, gay persuasion still, right?
Yes, still gay.
Okay. Jacques Peterson, writer for the Daily Mail, unpopular opinions that we actually love, but some of you get angry, and he says, bring it on. Welcome back to Juicy Scoop, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. I can't believe I'm back again. I feel it's like 5 times or something. People seem to hate me more every time I come on. They were not happy with my Britney comments last time. So
what is she up to now? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Something about I saw a post about like either little boxing gloves or little tutu shoes.
I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
I heard I was out on the town and I heard she's like launching a jewelry line. So
I definitely think she'll be able to pull that off. I will definitely be going. Is she at all those pop-ups that happen during the holidays? Little sip and shop. You just see Brittany in a bikini and a felt leather hat.
She should do a fedora line.
Yeah,
actually.
a fedora felt hat and some brown sensible pumps.
Yeah.
And just, selling some jewelry. You can sell her.
Yeah.
Who knows? But let's get into so much is going on. The #1 show in the world on Netflix and the UK is the 50 Cent produced documentary Sean Combs' The Reckoning. Now, full disclosure, you have not had the opportunity to watch it.
No, but it's all everyone's. I didn't realize it was such a big deal. You texted me about it, and then on the weekend, everyone kept going, are you watching this Diddy documentary?
We'll get a little into it. I'm going to give my Juicy Scoopers a few days to watch it, and I'll probably get more into it on Wednesday. But it is so well done because as someone who covered the whole thing, sometimes when these documentaries come, I'm like, tell me something I don't know.
Too many documentaries.
This did. It told me a lot of things I didn't know, and it put a lot of things in clarity. And the clarity is Sean Puffy Combs was an untalented dork, mouth breather who got too much power and became a monster. And 50 Cent does the long game of revenge like no one else. And it was fucking great. And it just, here's the things that are shocking. Pretty persuasive evidence based on who is interviewed on the docs, the timelines, news, and footage that Diddy may have been completely responsible for not only Tupac, which people thought, but possibly Biggie too.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about that because there's been all these like conspiracies that he like has people killed and he put the bomb in Kid Cudi's car and everything. Does it get into all this?
Yes.
Okay.
And with people just saying this is what happened to me. He had this assistant who was part of the trial who, when Cassidy, that's her name, right?
Oh, Cassie.
Cassie said,
Yes.
When Cassie was talking to Kid Cudi, whatever, this assistant who was friendly with her, Diddy found out about it, and this was in the trial too, and took her and basically kidnapped her with a gun and went to Kid Cudi's house and all this. And so she's crying about it, telling the story of the control that he had, how scary it was. There was another assistant who said one day he took her to Central Park and was like, I heard you know Suge Knight. And she's like, well, I only know Suge Knight only through, I'm very good friends with one of his baby mamas. It's like my best friend is still my best friend today. And he's like, just so you know, if you like deceive me in any way, you will be killed in this park and no one will know about it.
Oh my God. So he's like a full on like it's like the Godfather or something.
Absolutely. That's why he wore like the Godfather.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with it. but the thing is that he wasn't talented. He was not a good singer. He was not a good rapper. He was a horrible dancer.
He's ugly too. He was never
very
attractive.
unattractive.
Yeah.
And he got uglier through the years.
Yeah.
And the mouth breathing is another thing people were like, always like this.
You're kind of like a weak jaw.
Yes, a lot of
Not
people said, with
masculine.
all that money, why didn't you get a chin implant? Just the dark eyes got darker and darker through the years with his evilness.
And he always had to wear the glasses
Because
he always
he's
looked
ugly.
he looked so hideous when he took them off.
And yeah, that was just those type of things. They didn't really get, one thing that people said they didn't get into was Kim Porter, who was his wife. I think they were legally married. I'm not sure, but she was the main girl. Cassie was always the side chick. They knew about each other. And she had 3 kids of his, Christian, I think, and then the twin girls who are 18 now. And she mysteriously died of pneumonia, as healthy models often do that are dating or with P. Diddy. But the doc didn't really get into that.
Legally, they
it's
probably
4 parts.
couldn't.
Huh?
Like, legally, they probably couldn't go there, even though everyone has their theories. And wasn't she writing, like, she was trying to write a tell-all or something before?
There was all of that, which was, we didn't know. Was it her? Was it someone saying that they were pretending to be her? You know, I'm sure there are things in there that have been said about him and his life and stuff that are not 100% true, but there's enough that, and then what was weird is they feature this one girl who was on the jury. And she is a very cute Black woman, and she is starstruck. And I cannot believe, like, she is like, well, I mean, I grew up watching Diddy and this. I remember every episode of Making of the Band. You should not have been picked to be the jury. I don't know every episode of Making with the Band, and I feel like I should not have been on the jury because I studied enough. Like, I thought they normally would try to really find people that really are just like, hey, I've seen his music. I'm not a hip hop head. No, this girl was like, she goes, and then he would look at us like when this girl talked about her being kidnapped, that one assistant, he was like looking at the jury like, yeah, right. And I'm like, yeah, that's a hard one to believe. People are like, what?
Well, there were people during the trial that were like rubbing themselves with like baby oil and like holding signs and stuff that were like super fans and trying to go viral.
Well, they also explained like they had a lot of TikTok content creators that were not like allowed in the courtroom, but then his PR people would feed them the highlights.
Oh.
So then they would make the TikTok that would be like, oh, wow, that isn't. And I remember seeing those things and I'm trying to report on it because it's not like we could watch it on, Court TV.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, that isn't that great for the prosecution. I'll see that. So they were feeding all those people the info.
Yeah.
And, he only got 40. What did he get? 4 years or 40? No, 4 years, I think. So I think, then allegedly 50 showed a like funeral arrangement that was sent from P. Diddy.
Oh.
And posted that. I don't know if that's true. Like that's just kind of funny.
It could be anyone could have sent that too.
It could have been anybody. It could have been 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Sending it because he is just the king of,
a
remember
troll.
Randall Emmett, give me my money. And he's like, so sorry, 40, it's coming. Like he is just, when people are like, that expression, like, what would Jesus do? It's like, if you want to be petty, just say, what would Curtis 50 Cent Jackson do? And go that extra mile. Now all this stuff is coming up. For some reason, he has a beef with Ja Rule. And so he was on Stephen Colbert's show.
That goes way back, yeah.
And he's like, tell me about what your beef is about with Ja Rule and what did you do? And he goes, well, I saw that he had a show and I looked up the tickets and I bought every single ticket in the first 3 rows. It was only like $3,000. So then he would come out and perform with the first 3 rows completely empty. I mean, just the 5 steps ahead of hey, it's just amazing.
Is that why Chelsea's still so nice about him? She's always like, he was amazing.
So funny that you bring up the Chelsea thing. So here I am with him. So I looked.
Were you dating 50 Cent by
I
that
was
photo?
not, but this is like a funny story. So this is, I think, 2011 or 2010. I think, no, it was December something of 2010, I think.
This photo.
And he came on the show and they hit it off and they started to date. I think the whole thing lasted like a month.
Okay.
But on one occasion, I opened for her. We did take a private jet because I remember him being in the jet with us. And it was a big arena in New Jersey. And it was kind of great because that was her hometown. And I remember this girl from like high school came backstage and they were filming stuff. Like they were going to do a doc about Chelsea on tour, but it never went anywhere. And I was like, Chelsea, this is that Madonna truth or dare moment where the childhood friend comes and asks Madonna, will you be the godmother to my fifth child? And Madonna's like, I barely remember you. I remember we fingered each other in your parents' bed. Remember that? Like, this is the greatest moment. And so anyway, she comes and this girl's like, oh, my mom really wants you to come over to our house tomorrow for brunch. and Chelsea's just kind of like, yeah, okay. And then she leaves and Chelsea's just like, that girl was so horrible. And like, this is my recollection. Okay. And I have a pretty good one. This girl was like a bully. The girl probably doesn't remember being a bully. She's probably just like, oh my God, I know a famous person. I bought tickets. I'm able to come. But meanwhile, like here's, 50 Cent, who's like kind of her boyfriend. I mean, it was a really great moment. And so anyway, he doesn't drink at all.
Oh.
And so he was just chill and like would take naps and not drink and like work. Like he was so normal. And so anyway, we took this photo and I think I posted it. And then I get back to the office at Chelsea Lately and somebody, I think Us Weekly may have written a small blurb about it, but the Chelsea Lately people always wanted to fuck with me. And so they made it like a bigger deal. And which I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in Us Weekly. Maybe it was all made up. I don't know. But they changed my age to much older. And whatever I was at the time, I was like 40. And they made it like 44. And I was like, what? I'm not 44. Like, and so, I mean, it was just like, not the fact that like I'm got my legs wrapped around a black wrapper and I'm like a married mother of 3. I was just like, how dare they say? And they were like, we knew that would be the thing that made you crazy. I'm like, yep, it did. It made me crazy. So, anyway, he was really sweet. I remember then we went to Chelsea's brother's house and we went and drove in his like bulletproof car.
Oh, wow.
And he played some music for us. And I have a photo of that too. And
you're pretending to know the lyrics or something in the car?
No, it was like a new
Oh, I love this
song.
music.
No, it was a new song. But
Okay.
I did like, I mean,
Okay.
everybody liked that.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
likes, it's your birthday and
Yeah.
all this stuff, I mean, he just knew the hits. And so that was it. So it was a very short thing. And they just both only spoke highly of each other. So it wasn't, but he was a good time. And I realized like maybe that was the attraction. He did like comedy. Like, he's very funny and has an appreciation. And the Dave Chappelle bits are coming out. When Dave Chappelle had his show, he did a bunch of sketches making fun of Diddy.
Oh, okay.
And the biggest thing is that, and I remember seeing this going, this is weird. At the MTV Awards, literally weeks after Biggie died, was shot to death. It starts out with this choir, and then Diddy comes out and is dancing poorly, and it's Missing You. And then nobody's cheering for him until Sting comes out and then joins, and they did a mix of the song. And then in the doc, it shows not only did he then throw this big funeral for Biggie, he made Biggie's estate pay for the funeral.
Oh, wow.
He didn't even pick up like the deli sandwiches from Brent's Deli. He did not even do that. Like, so people like, imagine your best friend is responsible for your death and is dancing horribly. And then after that, once he got rid of Tupac and Biggie, allegedly, then he was actually the one singing the songs and doing the mixes and all that. And then, of course, he had the show Making of the Band, and then, Aubrey O'Day is on it, and that's a very disturbing element of the show. So you guys can watch. I'll talk more about it on Wednesday, but it It is really, really well done, and it really just shows you the kind of person he is. And I mean, I don't even know how many men and women he has violated over the years that have stayed silent because they were told you have no choice. And then the other thing is he really fucked over people that were legit working for him. He just wouldn't pay people.
Oh, he was a terrible manager. Because I used to cover the music industry back in the day, and all of the bands that he managed and the bands from making the band were all they all wanted their money. They were getting ripped off. The promotion cycles weren't right. Everything. He wasn't good at his job.
Yeah, there's so many people that, are traveling the world, doing all this stuff. I mean, there's been so many stories about that in the music industry. He's not the only culprit of it, where the band just never gets paid, or they sign this long contract like he did with Cassie, a 10-year or 10-album deal. No song ever came out. Then she was sucked into that awful toxic situation. And yeah, it's all the people that we reported on over the years that had lawsuits and things. They're all talking. And then a lot of the footage was him 6 days before his arrest. He had a film company filming him. So in order to make his own doc when he prevailed. And the reason 50 got it was because he never paid those people.
No way.
So then the filmmakers went to those people and was like, we'll pay you for that footage. Great.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, the ultimate. And then 50 Cent does an interview, and he chose to do it. Of course, everyone wants to interview him. He chose to do it with ABC because he knows that's the only network that they air in prison.
Oh.
And so then he'll have to see it.
Well, finally a documentary that people want to watch instead of, where's Amy Bradley? And it's 10 episodes and we still don't know.
No, this there could have been more. There could have been, like I said, they don't really touch about J-Lo, what happened at that nightclub that night. And they didn't really get in. They do talk about that a woman was shot and a guy took the fall for it. And again, most likely it was him. I remember meeting with a manager back in 96 or 7. And he was telling me that he was dealing with J-Lo and P. Diddy or whatever he was at the time, Puffy. And he's like, yeah, I go to this meeting and he just puts the gun on the table. And at the time I was so valley and naive. I just thought maybe that's what rappers do now. Maybe guns are like cell phones. Yeah. I literally didn't know. I was like, is that weird? I mean, it's not like you got shot. But now I'm like, no, that was a power scary move.
Well, people in Alabama are walking around with machine guns strapped to them at, Walmart. So it's
I don't know if
that
that's
strange.
the case. But yeah, I mean, at the time I was just kind of like, oh, it's, I mean, he called himself bad boy, and he acted like he grew up in Harlem. He went to a private Catholic high school.
Also, he didn't have a street life like he makes out. He was a private school boy.
Right.
Oh, I think that's a lot of them. Tupac was went to a performing arts school and was, was a little fruity or something.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. I mean, when they show old videos of him,
you're like, wait, that's not, I saw all the rap videos.
Yeah. I think he went to art school with Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
And they were best friends.
Yeah, so a lot of it's just image, most stuff is. But I know that J-Lo wants nothing to do with the Diddy stuff. Her publicity team are very, they freak out.
You want people to forget that.
Yeah, they
sure.
freak. I mean, I know for a fact, they freak out if her name is mentioned in any stories Diddy related. They're not happy. So she wants she's trying to get so far away from it. Which I'm sure she did. I'm sure she had nothing to do with it. It's some guy she dated 20 years
to further her career.
Yeah, to further her career 20 years ago.
And just like any relationship, whether it's working or romantic, if the perpetrator will or whatever might have treated her very nicely. It might have been platonic. It might have been all for show.
Yeah.
It might have been a nice relationship. He may have never put his hands on her. And then the next girl he was able to control more because the girl that he did get shortly after J-Lo, Cassie, she looks like J-Lo. He certainly has a type. And 50 Cent's mother of his child allegedly was also dating Diddy.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the long beef comes too. And that child is 13. And somewhere She denied it. There's a Jane Doe that's part of a lawsuit, and they think it's her. She said it's not. She's, gone more private, and she's a model and whatnot. But she sort of looks that style too. But she looks to be
Okay.
like a mix or Asian, but all the women are attractive. And he'd pick up and he would go after like guys that were super talented that he was jealous of. He would purposely go after their women
Oh,
or their side chicks or whoever girl they were involved with that he thought he could woo with money. He went after them.
okay.
Like he was just so jealous of these men that were successful and that were talented. Because he's not talented.
Yeah.
Like he's not a singer and a dancer. He was a dork that got power and turned. And I don't think there's anything scarier than a dork in school that then gets power. And I'm not saying they all do, but the ones that do are way worse than the captain of the football team where life came easy to him, and then that guy becomes successful.
Oh, I totally agree.
That guy's not necessarily needing to assault anyone because his life was very nice, in my opinion. I'm just generally speaking, relaxed people.
Yeah, no, one thing I notice, even just being in LA and in the business, the people that aren't very good at their jobs, they seem to be the worst in general because I think deep down they know it.
Yes.
And whereas I think the people that are just confident and really good at things, there's more of an ease about them,
Yeah.
and a confidence. But yeah, you have to watch out.
Confidence, and they're more lovely and they're more helpful
Yeah.
and everything.
And they're not constantly on the defense of thinking someone's trying to steal their spot, Whereas
Right.
the insecure people, everyone's a threat to them because
Yeah.
they know that they don't deserve to be there. So they play dirty.
So anyway, it's very, very good. And it's like Eminem tried to tell us. A lot of other people tried to, in music and stuff. This was always the talk. I remember when I was doing Lyricist Lounge, which was the show on MTV in 99 and 2000. And it was like a living color, but sketch. And we had this cast that was like Tracy Ellis Ross and I were like actors on it and a couple other guys. But then it was really these guys that were lyricists that would like write a whole sketch, but like a rap. And I remember there was a bit in the rap, like, and I'm the gay rapper. Like there was this whole thing, who is the gay rapper? And Wendy Williams was like, it's Diddy.
Yeah.
And then she like got fired from her radio show, or there was a hit out on her, the whole thing. And then there's a clip where she has Diddy on her show. And she goes, well, she's trying to be nice. And she's like, I have a 16-year-old son. And he goes, oh yeah, I met him backstage. And she literally like freezes.
Oh.
She's like, yeah, like she knew everything. And some people are like, now that she's like lucid and everything, like now she doesn't have the weird dementia. And then they're like, I wonder if she's doing this because now she feels safe.
Oh, maybe.
Like how many people feel safe that not only he's in prison, but now it's all been exposed.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's going to help him out or do his dirty work because he doesn't have power. He's not going to be able to have music and things.
I still think he'll have a comeback. I think
let's
anybody
hope
can,
not.
because he's not even being locked away for that long. And you even said there was a girl, the jury that was like still a fan. So
yeah, but when you see this, you're like, I don't care what the verdict
but people
was.
are going to see it.
He's a disgusting person.
But it's also going to be like 4 years in the future. People have goldfish brains now.
True that.
I mean, people were like trying to get rid of, no one wanted to mess with Scientologists when we had all of the Going Clear and documentaries coming out. And then after a few years, people kind of like forgot. It's like, oh, there's a Scientologist on
I have
Housewives.
a good Scientology thing coming up on Juicy Scoop.
Oh, okay.
We'll reignite it.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Oh, I want to tell this one story. This girl I came across, and this is a look that's happening with a lot of women right now, where it's like you wear every piece of jewelry and she's changling along, and she's 53 and probably like a former model, and she talks about how she went to St. Bart's with her girlfriend, and they ended up on this yacht with like John Bon Jovi, and then the yacht right next door, they get over there and it's Diddy, and he's like, "Hey, girl, hey," and she's like, "Hey," just acted like she knows him, and right away, like she just got the what do you call it? The intuition that something wasn't right. And this guy immediately like asked her to like go in the room and have sex or something right away. And then her friend was there and she goes, we need to get off this boat right now. And like, have you seen that trend that's going on like TikTok and stuff that's like, it's to that music and it's like 20 years ago, someone will ask you to go on a blind date. It's very important that you go on that blind date. And then the person shows like their wonderful life and marriage.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
I know this one guy do a thing going, when you're 37, the algorithm is going to show you a narcissistic trend for you to brag about the last 20 years of your life. It's very important that you don't do it. And then he's like, because I was thinking, I'm like, when I saw that, I'm like, oh God, like, what am I going to do? Talk about my blind date where I married my husband or when I decided to start the podcast or whatever, which is all fine, but it's just like.
I think it's cute.
It is
like
cute.
it.
It just takes work.
Yeah.
And I'm too lazy to put it together, but I kind of like it with that song. But anyways, a lot of people are doing the opposite. It's very important that you don't.
Okay.
And so she didn't do that, but basically it was like, it'd be cool to do the trend of like when you got the opportunity to do something and you said no, like staying at this party, and just why women especially, but all of us have it, but women have a certain, because we need to be more aware of our surroundings, speaking of women, but there are always those instincts where you look back and you're like, oh, I did follow it, or shit, I knew and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And this was sort of an interesting story, and clearly like something was going on. And there was these clips of like him getting excited at like a fancy auction, being like, wait, I'm going to add 2 things. One's a recording session with me. I'll do it for your child. I'll do it for whatever. And another one is coming to my house and we're going to it's a one-night party, but I'm telling you, your ass won't wake up till Wednesday and I'll probably be in the bed next to you. Like there are just, thank God for the internet and these people that find this shit. Like there is so much telling on himself and it's crazy. And then all the Ellen stuff, how they were asshole buddies and best friends.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
And oh my God, he was on all the time. Well, towards the end of Ellen, it was either P. Diddy or a Kardashian.
Okay.
Literally, that was
it.
Every week there was a Kardashian. Every other week it was P. Diddy. And it was fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that she doesn't live in America anymore.
Yeah, well, people are still coming out. I feel like every couple of months there's like a new comedian or someone that was on her show that's like, and Ellen was mean to me, and it goes viral again. So I don't know, like, I have to wait for everyone she screwed over.
I've never met her, so if you're like me, you are a procrastinator, which means you're a last-minute shopper, and that makes the whole holidays way more stressful than it has to be. That's why I love Aura Frames. You could upload unlimited photos and video. You just download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi. What I also love is that you can preload the photos before it ships. So when they get their Aura frame, they have all these wonderful photos that you've put together. This is such a great gift for maybe an aunt or a grandma or an older relative. You can also share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone all year long. For a limited time only, save on the perfect gift by visiting Aura Frames to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code JuicyScoop at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code JuicyScoop. The deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. I love when people compliment me on my hair. And thank you. I'm happy with my hair. I wasn't always happy with it. I noticed a significant change a couple years ago, and that's when I started using Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months. This holiday season, Nutrafol is the perfect gift for anyone on your list. Your mom or your aunt going through menopause, a friend who just had a baby and might be experiencing postpartum hair shedding, which happens a lot, your husband or father who relies on his baseball cap to cover up, or maybe yourself, or anyone looking to support their overall health. Give the gift of confidence this holiday season with Nutrafol. Whether you are treating yourself or someone on your list, visibly healthier, thicker hair is the gift that keeps giving. Right now, Nutrafol is offering our Juicy Scoopers $10 off your first month subscription plus free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and use promo code JuicyScoop. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code JuicyScoop for $10 off. Kim Cattrall got married, and she looks lovely, and she's happy, and she married looks to be a cute guy. But I just noticed that the outfit, if you are a fan of Sex and the City, the first movie, is basically what Carrie was originally going to wear for her wedding.
Oh.
And then at the very end, she does end up wearing it, and they have a small ceremony. That is basically what she's wearing. It's like a 1940s jacket with like a skirt. It's like it's just so interesting.
I think my grandmother wore that when she got married.
It's a very 50s look.
Yeah.
But it's just funny that I saw that it was exactly what Sarah Jessica Parker wore in the first movie, which I'm sure she never even thought of because she's probably put it behind her. But
Kim Cattrall is kind of obsessed with them. I mean, I like Kim, but I do feel like she'll do like an Instagram story or whatever. That's like like a sub tweet sometimes at the show. So maybe it was a thinly veiled.
I have to say, next to her getting married, I think her other favorite day of the year was hearing that and Just Like That got canceled.
Oh, she loved it.
That had to have been the best day of her life. There's sometimes when bad news comes out of someone that you once loved that fucked you over, and you are like, let me dance like P. Diddy on this person's grave. Let me get in a white suit and fucking turn on Missing You and dance away because,
Sometimes you're Googling that person waiting for the bad thing to happen for them or checking their LinkedIn, like, has she been fired yet? I do that. It's coming. You're just waiting.
Or you watch a doc about a horrible tyrant person and you're like, I think I know the same version. I think I know who that person is. And you're like, okay. Amazing. No. Sometimes I just wake up in the middle of the night and think about and Just Like That and and that it's not ever coming back. And that I got so much out of watching it and hating it.
Well, everyone loved hate watching it.
It was the best hate watching situation ever because it was a small group of us.
Well, I almost feel like more people talked about it than the original Sex and the City. I mean, it was just like, I feel like every time it was out, it's all people talked about. I'm like, it must be a hit because it's like people won't shut up about it.
It was when that day struck, it was like a funeral for me because I felt, okay, I pushed these people to the limit. Like I'm responsible. And then there were so many dumb things. And I was like, I'm never going to see where they were going with the boringest storyline ever, which was this Nicole Parker pretending to be, her character was a documentarian and she was doing a whole thing like for Netflix on like powerful Black women throughout history. And it just looked like the boringest show that could ever be. And I'm like, oh, we're never going to see what happened with that boring piece of art. We're never going to see Michelle Obama's guest appearance. Like, we're never going to see it. It's over now, Heather. You ruined it.
Well, it was like when they got rid of Shay Diaz and then everyone was like, oh, we want her back now. Or whatever her name was. Was that her name? Shay Diaz?
Their name. And yes, I miss the Shay Diaz of it was the best. The pilot that Miranda became like a TV wife. And all of it. It was just so bad. It was so amazing. And I'll never get to relive that time of my life again. It's a highlight of the Juicy Scoop history for sure of this show. Mormon Wives. Okay, we had the reunion. Stassi was the host. Stassi. And what do you think?
Okay, first of all, I thought Stassi did such a good job and I was ready to hate on her because I hated when they put Nick Viall as the host last season. I don't think he was good and he was biased and he just doesn't have like a big enough personality.
Yeah.
His whole thing is he's like, it's like, did you take a Xanax? Like he's always kind of like sleepy and judgy. So I didn't think he was good. And then when they put Stassi, I'm like, can we stop putting reality stars to host other reality stars as a reunion? But I thought she did amazing.
I thought she was a great choice. One, she has a show on Hulu.
Yeah.
She did the Villa. She, is older than these girls, which there was this moment. There's times in life where people will come up to me and they're like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "Oh, hi." And they're like, "I used to watch you with my mom. We bonded, and I'm like, or you're my mom's favorite." And there's a scene in Feud, that Ryan Murphy show about Joan Crawford and Betty Davis, where they're filming the show, and this actress comes up to Joan Crawford. No, yeah, comes up to, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Play the neighbor," and she's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And she goes, "Can I get a signed an autograph? You're my grandmother's favorite." And then Joan Crawford goes over and she's like, "We need to fire her. Like, she will be fucking the director, and I know you, Betty Davis, and I hate each other, but we need to fire this dumb twat." And it is so good. But anyway, there's this moment where Taylor, what's her name?
I was going to bring this up.
Taylor
Taylor
Frankie
Frankie
Hall
Paul.
they're like just settling. They haven't started. And Stassi's there. And she goes, "Hi." She goes, "Yeah, I know we haven't met, but everyone tells what's the show you were on?" And she's like, "Vanderpump Rules." And she goes, "Yeah, I've never," what's her name? Taylor Frankie Paul.
Taylor Frankie Paul.
Taylor's like, I mean, I never saw it, but people say, like, I remind them, you remind me, I don't know, but
So I guess I have to watch it now.
Yeah, I have to watch it now. I'm like, oh my God. And then, but first she sat there and she handled it well, but it's like, even Stassi has to realize, like, wow, yeah, these girls are 15 years younger than you.
Yeah.
Like, and they have 3 kids and are on their 3rd marriage.
And Vanderpump is it's a millennial era show.
Yeah.
Really, if you go back for when it started.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if someone from The Hills was hosting. They probably wouldn't even know what The Hills was. Taylor Frank. My grandma used to watch The Hills, Lauren Conrad, like they wouldn't even know.
Yeah. I mean, I know it because my kids are in their 20s. So there's lots of times where I'll be like, "Wait, do you know what that is?" And half the time they do, and half the time they don't. It's like, but you forget because you're just walking around thinking people know this or whatever. But yeah, so it all came down to a couple of the juicy parts. One is Dakota, who is the dad of the Taylor Frankie Paul, who's going on to be on The Bachelorette.
Yeah, she's doing The Bachelorette.
Yes. And they're filming right now.
Yes, they're filming it. It's crazy. I feel like they're just filming nonstop. I mean, they're filming the season while they're filming the reunion, while they're filming Dancing with the Stars and The Bachelorette. I mean, they're doing a lot.
I know someone who flies a helicopter, and they sent me a photo from the sky of the whole place lit up.
Oh, really?
That it was they must have been one of or a rose ceremony or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So they must be in those first few weeks before they start going on trips and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he wrote on his page, Dakota, "When you realize you can date 30 girls without being on a TV show." He's a nightmare.
Yeah, he's horrible.
He's a nightmare. And it comes out that he was sexting
the mom's
Taylor
friend
Frankie Paul's mother's a family friend.
that she met at the gym.
That they were like, that she was trying to be a helpful therapist to their fucked up relationship, and then started to send, sexy photos of themselves.
She sent a silhouette. They kept saying it was a silhouette.
And he's like, "Look, I know that was a mistake. I shouldn't have taken off my shirt." And she's just like nostrils flaring, and it's just...
But it's crazy because Taylor Frankie Paul, she does come off like she's being insane the whole time. So you kind of believe that she's crazy, and then she gets vindicated at the end. And you're like, oh, her intuition was telling her, like, don't get on the boat or whatever. Like, she knew something was up. So he's awful.
I think it's a great choice for The Bachelor. I think because that show, ever since Chris Harrison, and just it's been on a long time. And I think it was a brilliant idea. Again, ABC, so like, being all within the same company, I think is smart.
They're trying to copy Bravo,
it's juicy too. Like, what guy is really going to be like, "Hey, I'm ready to take on a woman who's not only already hugely famous, but has 2 baby daddies I'm going to have to deal with, and a swinging history." And also, did you see when he's like, "You were sexting me last night?" She's like, "Yeah, and so what?" So I'm like, that's another thing. Like, I mean, I have to say, if it was my son going on The Bachelor and he got down on one knee, I wouldn't be overly thrilled about it. No offense.
Well, you'd be happy.
This is a lot to take.
You'd be happy for the Instagram followers he would get. But
yes.
I think everything else that comes with her. But I think they're trying to kind of copy Bravo because Bravo now is doing all of these crossovers. I mean,
Yes.
90 Day Fiance does it as well. So now Hulu's like, we need our own thing. So it's like, let's, it's Disney. They're under the same thing. So it's like, let's put this person on Dancing with the Stars, this person on Bachelorette, these ones on Vanderpump Villa. Do you see they've got Dad Talk? The dads did the new season of Vanderpump Villa.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Marciano's back. I thought he got fired off Vanderpump Villa, so now he's back.
So as you know, Marciano was on my show and he was a total delight behind the scenes.
Okay.
He was extremely nice and respectful. His people reached out to come on.
His people. He's got like a whole team. Marciano.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
one person. But I had Hannah, who was on the Villa, who is his ex-girlfriend, or I think they're still maybe they're trying to make it work, but they have a good relationship now.
Okay.
And she's had his back during these accusations in which Demi says, whatever little flirtation, kiss, whatever happened, it wasn't what she wanted.
She says it was.
an
She
essay.
called him a sexual predator and said she was sexually assaulted. She's very vague, and then she says that it was a butt grab. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. No one agrees with her or believes. So this is, by the way, Janet got so much shit on the Valley. This is so 1,000 times worse than you know what I mean?
This is so bad that even if what she's saying is true and you've been flirting and talking and holding each other's hand and saying it's close, and he kind of tapped her
It
ass
was silly,
like
a
that,
consensual flirty
you are
moment.
telling me that is what's sending you over the edge, crying as your co-star across the way recalls being completely
Yes, no, they had. I'll say
essayed, graped,
as a
whatever we're supposed to
child.
say. And then she's like, "Yeah, this is just like really triggering for me."
It's
you both-
unbelievable.
yeah,
It's
and-
jaw dropping. It's shocking. I couldn't believe it. And you know what?
You're not Cassie.
No.
Like, what are you talking about? Where you were in a horrible situation, but you still were texting romantically
For the
with
next
someone
6
that you've been
months.
together with 10 years. It was 2 days. Like, it was. I don't even know. I don't know what. But when I had him come on, I posted that he'd been on and coming on the next day. And Demi, who was on my show with Jen, now they don't like each other, Jen Affleck. I was like one of the first podcasts they did before the show aired. And they were both lovely and nice. And so, I guess she thought that was, she was mad. I didn't even know what the scoop was. So I was like, I didn't know that there was even an essay thing happening. And so then she writes in my thing, like, how dare you have this person that is a convicted, whatever she said.
Oh, yeah.
She was
She said something about his
arrested,
criminal history.
has a criminal history. I was like, well, if you'd like to come back on. Like, he has a right to tell his story. Well, now he is suing. And he's
As he
suing
should.
her and Jeff Jenkins Production, who produces the show. She has herself revealed that things were somewhat scripted, planned out, where she was going to have a cliffhanger moment with that guy Dakota who dated Taylor, so it looked like they were having an affair, but then it wouldn't be.
Okay.
Like that these are also, she's spilling all the secrets.
She also, I remember that, but they also said that she kind of came up with that as an idea that wasn't production. But I have heard from a few people the show is quite staged. Like, it's one of the more staged shows, I think.
Yeah.
But there's obviously a lot of real stuff going on there. So it's quite hard when you're watching it. It's hard to tell which parts are staged and which aren't because there's just so much going on.
He said, Marciano said that, like, when Layla approaches Jesse about sleeping with Marciano in this scene in the car, like, they already planned, she already knew that was happening, going to happen. And that's why she was like, what? And so I still don't get the whole thing of how he felt Demi set him up. And that's why he said that he and Jesse went all the way when in fact they didn't. I don't get why he did that, but at least he's come clean and said it didn't happen. But what do you think about suing? Do you think that is?
Demi, he should definitely sue Demi because the fact that she is just quadrupling down on this, and there's more and more evidence that just disproves her, and she's on the show.
Yeah, they say Lisa has said, I've seen the footage and there's no such thing.
Yeah, and she's using all of the like Me Too language of like you're victim shaming. How dare you not believe a woman's experience. She's like falsely comparing her situation with Marciano to like her castmate that was like, a relative molested me at 6 years old. Like, it is
I just think
shocking.
I think it's gotten to a Jussie Smollett level.
Oh, me too.
Where you cannot now come forward and say, all right, like, I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out. I'm in this marriage. I'm on this TV show. It's all happened too fast and I did the wrong thing. It's too late now.
Yeah, that's what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even now. I mean,
Maybe because
it's too
legally.
late, but it's still better than like,
Yeah.
I mean, legally, I guess she can't. But she did this to the other guy.
What other guy?
On-
Chase. She said
Yeah.
that Chase somehow brushed up against
Yeah,
her.
he just put his hands on me, and then her meathead boyfriend went over.
Husband,
her husband went to get in a
But
physical fight.
Wasn't it literally like someone going, "Oh, excuse me, I'm going to get a drink" or something? Like,
Basically.
wasn't it like nothing?
Yeah, he just brushed past her, and then she goes, "He just put his hands on me," and then
Yeah.
her husband ran over to punch his head in. It's shocking.
I mean, like, what do you say? Like, you can like, you can't go, "Excuse me," or like, "Oh, hi," like nothing.
She is indefensible, and I feel like I defend a lot of the villains, and
Yeah.
I can't.
It's, I hope that like, whatever this happens, I understand why he's doing it. But I hope he doesn't then get punished with even, less opportunities coming his way because he spoke up.
Yeah.
Just like a woman speaks up and then gets blackballed from this industry. I don't want it to happen to him either.
And
it's like,
I think a lot of the girls on the show, I kind of felt bad for them. So they were all trying to they clearly didn't believe Demi at all. They were also sort of being manipulated by Demi as well because she was giving them a false kind of version of events.
yeah.
But they were treading the line very carefully because they were trying to be like, well, I don't want to like question a woman that's had an experience. They wouldn't just really flat out come and say she's full of shit. So I can kind of get his perspective where he feels like maybe the show didn't come out strong enough in like showing that I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I see where he's coming from.
Oh, yes. I mean, I definitely think between my episode and what happened in social media in between, she had the opportunity to, but see, the reunion had already been filmed.
Oh.
And I said, why don't you go on it? And he goes, well, I can't reveal why I didn't.
Yeah.
I was supposed to, and I didn't. So then I think she buried herself deeper. And then he felt this was his only recourse.
Well, at least he's back on the show. He's back on Vanderpump Villa. So
Yeah.
it shows the network's kind of supporting him, I guess.
We'll see
Do
what
you
happens.
think she's going to be back for the new season? Because I don't know how they could, but it's like the show is just filming continuously, it seems. So I assume she's probably already has filmed for season 4.
when someone gets themselves in this position, I always just feel just like a Blake Lively, which people are comparing her to be like the poor man's Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Sometimes the easiest way to get back in the good graces is you wait a couple years, then you're divorced, and then you blame it on the husband.
Yeah.
And that's like it. I just don't know. If you're going to stick together, then there's no way that you then can somehow get out of what she buried herself. Exactly what it is. Blake said all this happened with Justin. We know there was more to the story than that, but with Justin and Baldoni. But I don't know how you get out of it unless you say, I was scared of my husband and that's why I did all this shit.
Do you think Demi and Brett, her husband, are going to end up on OnlyFans soon once they're off the show? Because they're already, I mean, they've been talking about, peeing in each other's mouths and all of their freaky
he was
sex
part of
life.
some MLM that doesn't exist anymore too.
Oh,
A multi-level marketing, and he is very good looking. And
they're both good looking in a porn star way. Because have you seen all the surgery? Have you seen what she looks like before?
Yeah.
Unrecognizable.
And you can tell she's jealous when she was like being mean to Jen Affleck. When she's like, "You were busy making money over on Dancing with the Stars." Like she is jealous. of
Oh,
it.
she's so
And
jealous.
the way she met her husband was he was like within the community. He was recently divorced from a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. The other blonde, pretty
Angie
Jen.
Harrington.
Oh, sorry, Jen. Yeah, Angie
Yes.
Harrington. And she and her husband knew him. And they knew someone, or they thought you should be on The Bachelor. So I was like, oh, so you were looking to be on TV back with your first husband
Yeah.
when you were basically helping your neighbor be cast in things. He went out for The Bachelor, didn't get it or chose not to do it. And then they started liking each other. Then she divorced that husband, got with him.
Yes.
And so, yeah, they're very attractive. They want to be definitely keep this going. So who knows? But when you go with this kind of like lie,
Well, that's why I'm saying
it's
they're
so
going to end up.
dark and gross.
They're
It's
going to end
really
up on
hard to make
OnlyFans.
light of it and be like, oh, you're going on Traitors. Like,
Yeah. No, I don't think people are going to cut.
but then Jussie Smollett was on Traitors. No, he wasn't on Traitors. He was on Special Forces.
Maybe she'll get on. Here are the shows I think she might get offered.
Okay.
The SAS, the world's toughest test or whatever.
What is that?
That's the Australian. Sorry, what's it called here?
Special Forces.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. In Australia, it's called SAS.
Okay.
The Special Forces where she's got to crawl in the mud and everything, like
Okay.
Teresa, and she'll probably get out in episode 1. And then maybe House of Villains, and I think that might be it.
I just think it's really hard because what she's famous for, it's not like the Monica who just had like a snarky page
Yeah.
from Real House of Salt Lake City and talked some shit and called some girls fat or whatever on the internet. This is like...
Yeah, well, she wasn't even in Mum Talk. Like, I think she was one of the last people cast because she heard all the girls were filming when they were doing the first season. Then she kind of like inserted herself in late. And then if you remember season 1, she was a fan favorite because she was getting in and like attacking Whitney all the time. And she was a fan favorite season 1. And then from season 2 and 3, she's like the most hated person on television. Sometimes it's good to dip out after your first. If you have a really killer first season, sometimes I kind of think, you know what, just quit. And then like Leah McSweeney should have done that. Can you imagine if she had just quit after the first season? Her whole life would be different.
From Real House.
Yeah.
It is really hard how much she and Jessie look like each other. Besides the eye color, it's literally the same face. So Sydney Sweeney finally addresses the jeans ad scandal, admitting her silence only fueled the fire. Now, this is from the Daily Mail. What does she say?
Yeah, so she put out a statement. So if you knew that like the controversy about her has been building and building, and then it's to the point she was on a talk show the other day and they said she has a Meghan Kelly Mar-a-Lago look. So she can't do anything now without the scandal. It's getting. So she put out a statement. Let me read it.
I will say, like, I think she was trying to just make it go away by not
I agree
addressing
too.
it.
I think
I thought it kind of did. Now she like I almost forgot.
It wasn't. Look,
it wasn't.
I work at the Daily Mail. She is like the number one. Like every day, it's Sydney Sweeney. I mean, people are like whatever she's doing, whether it's all the political stuff with her or she's just in a bikini with her boobs out, which she's always doing. It's just like people are obsessed. So she put out a statement. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm always trying to bring people together. I'm against hate and divisiveness. I always assume everyone's against hate and divisiveness.
Yeah,
but
really. I'm actually for hate and divisiveness.
I really want to tear people apart.
This would be funny if like this was also Curtis 50 Cent and said the exact same thing. Yeah, go on.
In the past, my stance has been never to respond to negative or positive press, but recently I have come to realize that my silence regarding this issue has only widened the divide, not closed it. So I hope the new year brings more focus on what connects us instead of what divides us. So it's kind of a nothing statement.
What was that word salad? Like what the...
It's a bit of a Meghan Markle type word salad.
It was a nothing. Like, well, what was it?
I mean, the controversy is people think that she's, a political right winger or something, or that she did a white supremacist ad. And that's what people are mad at. So I get why she's putting a statement, but the statement sort of doesn't say anything. It just says I'm not for hate.
I would have thought to say is like, I thought it was about jeans, Jeans. That's all I thought. I thought it was cute.
Too.
I thought it was a parody of Brooke Shields. I agreed to do it.
I thought it was about her boobs. She's like, I've got great jeans. I've got great jeans. Hi. Like, I thought that's what it was about.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, this is what I would have said if I was her. I can see why people interpreted it that way. I know we're in a volatile time. Wasn't my intent. I don't believe it was the intent of the person who wrote the copy. And that being said, I still really like American Eagle jeans.
Yeah, she has to be really careful because you don't want to get like sued by American Eagle.
No,
for
just
coming
like I really
out,
like the jeans, and I don't think that was the intention. And like, I was just doing an ad. I'm an actress, and this is what I do. I get sponsorships, I get brand deals, and
I think she should be more specific. I think people are saying, which is obviously really extreme, but people are saying, she's a white supremacist and all this stuff. I think she should say it, but maybe in a funny way of like, no, I'm not a white supremacist, like this is crazy, and then launch into the more but I kind of feel like people want an explicit statement from her. So when you just come out with the like, I don't support hate, it's like, well, who supports hate? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I thought most people don't. Like,
I just think it's really hard when you get all that and then you're also getting professional people in your life telling you what to do.
exactly.
And then you open your phone and read all the other things and you're like, oh my God, no, I don't want someone to think that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's also must be very stressful because you're like so at the peak, like your star's gone so big that it's like,
I mean, it's like
you
too
are,
big now.
yeah, you are like, you were like way bigger than Scarlett Johansson or anything
Yeah.
ever was. There's only like, what other actress is like sexy getting all these acting roles besides her?
Yeah, I think she needs to take a minute away from the spotlight now because it's so overexposed. I don't know, because it's like she's constantly doing movies as well. Like she has a lot of projects, so she's always out promoting stuff.
I mean, I think what's good is don't do interviews. Don't let people know your personality. Just do your work. Just be an actress. Just be like, I'm not starting a podcast. I'm not going to start doing TikToks. I'm just going to go be different people other than myself.
But you know what? It is hard because then she puts herself in positions like she was at the Bezos wedding and then she's with Scooter Braun, who everyone hates.
That's true.
So it's kind of like, she's partying with Lauren Sanchez. Like, so she's kind of with controversial people, but then saying nothing. So then I think it's led to people kind of like putting an image onto her.
Yeah.
I want to see the new trashy movie, The Housemaid, her and Amanda Seyfried. It looks like a Lifetime movie.
I'm 100% going to go see that on a rainy day at a real movie theater that serves food and drink. That's what I'm going to do. Either with someone or by myself.
I think that'll do better than the boxing one that flopped. She the lesbian boxer. I knew that movie was going to flop because there's no market for that because it's a sports film. And the truth is, like, men aren't going to go watch a sports film that's about a female boxer. Like, they're just not. And then women don't want to watch that. Like, and it's also a bit like, Sydney Sweeney, she's known for like a hot image, right? She's always with her cleavage and stuff and sexy blonde bombshell. And then she's doing these like ugly roles that I think she thinks are making her more credible, but they're just flopping and no one wants to see it.
I think she was too early going the ugly route.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think she needed a few more hits under her belt and a few more years.
Yeah, because all of her
the opportunity comes up and you're like, yeah, let's do it. And she probably did really love the story. I heard it's good, but it just wasn't a hit at the movie theater. But I think once it comes out, maybe people will watch it.
I'm sure it's good too.
But I also don't like seeing women
beat each other up.
Yeah. I don't like boxing in general. So I certainly don't like it with females.
Well, all of her movies so far that have done well are like she had the rom-com with Glenn Powell, the Netflix rom-com that was like a #1 smash hit. And then like Euphoria and like White Lotus and stuff.
Yeah.
Like those are the things that are working for her. And then she's doing these like ugly roles that... Oh, did you watch the one with her? I love it. The one with her and Julianne Moore where she's the drug-addicted daughter. That's like a Lifetime. It's on Apple.
Oh, I started it, but I didn't finish it.
No,
it's good.
Well, it's bad, but it's good. It's like Apple doing a Lifetime movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's juicy.
It's that time of year, the time to find the perfect holiday gifts. And let's be honest, nobody wants to give something that's forgettable. That's where The RealReal comes in. The RealReal is the most trusted name in authenticated luxury resale, and it's my source for finding real gifts for the special people in my life. I have gotten some really great gifts for myself. Well, Peter got it for me, and he got them from The RealReal, and it really made it easy. So I'm telling you, send the husband over there. They know the brands that you like. I have an Hermès watch. I have a great handbag from there. I've enjoyed the things I've gotten from The RealReal so much over the years. The RealReal is the world's largest and most trusted resource for authenticated luxury resale. With thousands of pre-loved luxury arrivals daily, no one does resale like The RealReal, and no one makes the holidays shine brighter than The RealReal. And now get $25 off your first purchase when you go to therealreal.com/juicy. That's therealreal.com/juicy to get your $25 off. Start shopping now at therealreal.com/juicy. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills aired. And I was like, what in this like slow-mo, like it starts out with Erica Jane in a pair of tennis shoes heels washing her Porsche herself. I
She's
guess
doing
that's
like a
to show,
sexy 80s car wash.
Yeah, like a sexy car wash. Just like I was like, is this no longer a reality show, or is this supposed to show that since she didn't get any money out of her divorce, she has to wash her own Porsche? Like, what is the point of that?
It reminded me of Wild Things with Denise Richards washing the car.
Yeah, and also the burger, the Carl's Jr. and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But her legs looked good.
Yeah, she looked amazing. No, it was a lot of Selling Sunset slow-mo intros.
Sometimes
all the
I'm like,
time.
is a slow-mo intro because there isn't that much juice to share?
I think, honestly, what it is that it's an aspirational lifestyle show and people want to get a better look at the outfits. So, because it showed Dorit coming, she was shopping in Beverly Hills and she had all the logos and Chanel in her bags and stuff. And I think people just want to see like, oh, where did she shop? Like, how many logos can I count on her outfit?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they were, it came out about, they're just kind of being harsh about Sutton and how, where did your assistant go? What happened there? Wow. Who cares? Like, who cares?
Your thirsty assistant,
He's a
Avi.
grown man. He'll be fine in life. Like, it just didn't work out. These relationships are meant to last forever. But people always just want to point at like, oh, she must have been,
Has he commented on it? Like, has he put out a
Nobody
statement?
went to Garcel's.
Yeah, that was
Garcel
so
had a movie
petty.
premiere and then he went to it. And I was like, Garcel, like, come on.
Okay, so when I was on the show, maybe not the last time, but the time before, I said I hated Garcel and all your listeners were outraged. And it was just literally I was getting comments for weeks about it. This is what I'm talking about with Garcel. She is so petty and jabby constantly, and like there's no need for her to bring Avi.
She's the girl version of 50 Cent. I'm going to invite you. And and Avi, I have said this, maybe I haven't said it on this show. I was shocked to find out that Avi is married to a woman and has 3 kids.
Okay, that's shocking.
Yeah, so that's a lot. Maybe he wasn't as dedicated or as into it, as the cameras showed.
Yeah.
And everybody deserves to have an employee that wants to be there.
Yeah.
And maybe he was, slacking off and who knows.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like that they were all like, oh my God, and she lost Garcel? Like, what? I'm like, well, come on, Garcel blew you off because the show was over. You were a work friend. That's it.
Well, okay, 2 things. First of all, Sutton is like the queen of coming after people when they're going after going through a hard time. So I think they're trying to give her a bit of her own medicine of like,
that's a good
well,
point.
you did this to us. Like now, what happened with Avi? What happened with Garcel? So I think she's eating some humble pie.
Okay.
As far as her and Garcel, of course it was a work. It was an alliance. Dorit kind of says it in there. She goes, do you think it was more of an alliance? Which it clearly was. They were never real friends. I can't believe any of the viewers even brought into their alliance. And Garcel this is what I cannot stand about Garcel. She always does this stuff. Meanwhile, like publicly, she's trying to act really classy. Like, oh, I left to spend time with my children and I don't watch the show anymore. And, I've moved on. I'm doing all these great things at Lifetime. But then she's doing really petty things like I'm going to bring Avi to the premiere. And she would do that stuff on the show. And then if you called her out on it, that's a microaggression. You're being a Karen. Would have you said that if I was, if I wasn't black? Like she pulled that all the time. And then Bose came on the show and she couldn't use that card anymore because Bose would have called her out and she couldn't stand it. And then when she saw Sutton getting along with the other girls and Garcel got a little pushback at the reunion, she was not used to getting pushback. She like threw a tantrum and stormed off and was like, I quit, and ghosted everyone. She's so unprofessional.
Right,
she's a brat.
And if she ghosted everybody and literally never called or texted Sutton back and Sutton tried for months, I'm sorry, that's not Sutton's fault. That's actually being a true friend and trying.
Yeah.
And I really think I know that she was really hurt by it and really thought it was real and really thought they could repair it. And then after, a few months, you have to be like, all right, that was one chapter of my life.
Yeah.
And that's that,
Garcel was very similar to Lisa Vanderpump in the fact that they were both snipers from the side. they both love to manipulate things and jab and everything. But then whenever it came back on them, suddenly the victim mentality came out and everyone's ganging up on me and I can't show up to the reunion. And this is, they're all bullies. They're mean girls. And, they would whip up the fans on social media. Like, I find Garcelle and Lisa Vanderpump very similar. So I
think there's such a good lesson to be had when he goes, let's get a photo at the end. And she's like, no, I'm out. That's really embarrassing. I think I've done that on not a photo, but I've been in those moments where, and it's good to see it because don't do it.
Yeah.
Be the unbothered queen. Take the photo.
I don't think don't let them see you sweat that much.
Don't let them see. That's a really good lesson to just in real life, that just looked not good.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what?
And also, I think she was upset that Sutton was, I don't know, trying to befriend Kyle or something. But Kyle was always nice to Garcelle on the show. Garcelle was the one, if you want to rewind the tape and look back at the episodes, Garcelle came on the show just coming after Kyle.
Yeah.
So, I just think Garcelle's not nice and I'm glad she's gone. And I feel like there was a lot more of a sisterhood vibe on the premiere.
Yeah.
Without her there. And Lisa Vanderpump was the same. I think that the women, when they filmed with Lisa Vanderpump, then Lisa Vanderpump left and Garcelle came on, I think some of them were scared to be vulnerable at times because they knew that either Lisa or Garcelle or Sutton would take that vulnerability and weaponize it against them for a show, for a storyline, And I think some of the women do have genuine friendships. I mean, the viewers love to call out, the Fox Force 5 or whatever with Teddy and Erica and Kyle and Lisa Rinna, but they're all still friends. They've all left the show and they still hang out. Lisa Rinna was at freaking Diana Jenkins' house the other week. I think they posted on
Lisa Rinna was, yeah.
And so they seem to have the genuine friendship, whereas with Garcelle and Sutton, it's as soon as you're not on the show, you're not talking to each other. So who had the fake friendship?
This photo of them is gorgeous. They all look gorgeous. But I like Rachel Zoe. I feel like we're getting a very different person. We're getting someone who's just a dedicated mom who is very happy to get it out there that her husband's a dick.
Yeah, she's not
that
happy with
he
him.
cares more about his new girlfriend than his kids. And it's kind of a sneaky smart way to do it because it's I'm on an ensemble and the producer's asking me as I sit in this confessional chair. And I remember I interviewed her around, either we did a swap or something, but she had a podcast with him. And maybe he was there or not, but it was a Zoom during COVID and it was about their relationship. And I just remember I was like, oh my God, so many people, you've been together so long, literally met in college and we're together 18 years before she got pregnant and then had babies back to back. And that's interesting too, that she was that's what really changed it. Cause I'm like, God, you were together so long and you did a business. Why now? And, it just happens. People change or they don't. And obviously, yeah. And it's funny because people always thought, there was always rumors that people thought he was gay because he was in the fashion industry with her. But no, he's with a girl. And it sounds like there definitely was an overlap of time.
Oh, yeah. She threw that one in there. She's like, you do the math. I loved that. Was their podcast similar to Seth and Meredith Marks? Do you remember they had a podcast together?
Wasn't theirs in the bubbles or something? They're in the bathtub together recording. Could you die? Would that be that's like having a hairdryer, right? if your mic was plugged in and you dropped it. Yeah, it was hanging by a thread or something.
Yes.
Hanging by a thread. No, theirs was about thriving.
Oh, okay.
I mean, theirs was about whatever.
How successful they are.
Yeah, and as a marriage and a working relationship.
Well, you either grow together or you grow apart. And they grow apart. But I think she's good on the show. I think she suits the show and her fashions.
But it made me realize, the only person that we've seen so far on the show that has a significant other is Bose.
Oh, that's true.
Who's got this boyfriend who they've only been together a year. And I'm like, and you already decided to go through the process of trying to have a child with him. I think that's a little fast.
I'm a little worried about him, honestly, because he's very happy to film. I mean, he was filming last season.
Yeah.
He was filming this season. he's all over social media.
Yeah, it was interesting that everybody just came alone to the party, but then she brought like a family of 4.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
I don't know. He seems to really like the spotlight. In one way, that could be good because it's
Yeah.
like, look, we're both in it, and it's like Heidi and Spencer, right?
Right.
Like, but it can also be a red flag because sometimes it's good to have it's like you and Peter, like you're in the front and he's in
Yeah.
the back,
Yeah.
the shadows, like because that's
Well,
how it has to go sometimes.
yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I'm rooting for them. I think Bose is great. I think she's such a good addition to
Yeah.
the show. Like, I thought her and Erica kind of gossiping together about
Yeah.
whoever Erica was screwing was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited for the season. I think it's
Yeah.
good. I'm waiting for that new girl. Sorry.
Yes.
I want her on there. She looks like you know what? I think people are going to be like getting along on the show, and then they had to drop that girl in as like the bomb to come in and
Yeah. I think she is going to be the bomb. Mauricio was dancing on a
So
table. The thirst is beyond.
It's just like typical midlife crisis. You know, Kyle, we all looked at them as having this like fairy tale marriage of like, oh my God, we all want to be like that.
Yeah.
And now it's literally the cliche of you hit middle age and then your husband leaves you for younger women and is out partying and like playing the field. And
He'll never emotionally fulfill you. Know that.
I mean, she spilled.
Yeah. That woman was right.
Yeah, but
That woman was right.
it's just kind of like, I mean,
Because we never saw him be this cheesy. When she said that at that famous dinner party, the psychic at Camille's house, I was like, what are you talking about? He's kissing her on the cheek.
Yeah.
He's loving her. He's such a great dad. No, this is the real Mauricio.
okay, what I want to
Dancing
know,
on a table, doing TikToks.
I want to know, was he always like this and they just did a good job of keeping it from the cameras because they wanted to portray a certain image? Or is it literally like kind of midlife crisis? Not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that he's single now and he's like, look, I've been in this committed relationship for decades. Maybe they had some kind of like little bit of a situation, but he's never really been able to be like out there in the open, like partying. And maybe he's just like, I mean, I feel like I'm in my late 30s and I moved to LA, like 2 years ago. And I go out a lot more than I used to because I just kind of feel like, you know, like I feel like I'm getting older and now I'm in like a new situation, right? And I'm like, yeah, I want to go out and like have fun and have a great time that I didn't before. And I wonder if he feels like that. I was married before and now I'm like, I can play the field. Like maybe he's just having a good time.
Yeah, and I think he has every right to do it. He has every right to do it and have his fun and whatever.
It's cringe, but it's like he's not
I mean,
hurting
he was
anyone.
on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of it are.
Wait, was he one of the people on
Yes,
that?
wasn't
I
he on?
did not.
Yes,
Oh,
that's why he had something going on
Okay,
with the
wow.
girl. I think
he
even
really
before
likes
they
the
broke
spotlight
up.
then because he did the buying Beverly Hills thing too.
I think all of it is, for some reason, she was able to keep him in humble mode for much longer than an average Real House husband.
Yeah.
And then I really think what happened was he got his own show on the Netflix.
Mm,
Then he also got the Dancing with the Stars.
yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah,
She was able to keep it under control, and now it's like the toothpaste is out of the tube, and there's no them getting back. No way.
Yeah, the thing is as well though, it's like we're all looking at Mauricio and cringing for sure, but Kyle also, she
did a music video.
Yes, she did a raunchy lesbian music video. She's out here with Morgan Wade. And she's
I'm
had
gonna make you love me.
she's had a glow up and doing like
Yeah.
sexier stuff, and she looks amazing.
She looks
so
great.
they're both kind of doing the same thing in
Yeah.
different way. I mean, he's a little more shameless about it,
But also right now, like I said, everybody is single
yeah.
except for this new girl. Even Jennifer Tilly, she sort of has a boyfriend, but we don't see him
She
ever.
doesn't share him, whatever that
Yeah,
situation
so-
is.
You know, that's always kind of
Oh,
a
well,
bummer.
Erica Jane has the Spencer's bodyguard.
I know. I hope we get to see him.
They were on a FaceTime. So
I don't know if he's the bodyguard. I think they met at the
he's been friends with them
at the
forever.
Hoka or whatever it is, the hoopla.
UFC?
No, where they
Oh, no.
perform.
Erica and him met there. Yeah, but he's
No,
been
Erica
with.
told me they actually didn't meet there. Somehow she
Oh.
saw him on a podcast.
But Spencer's been with that guy for
Yes,
years.
they're friends.
Yeah,
They're all
yes.
friends. I mean, he was friends with him, and the guy is great, and I think they're still together, and I think he's such a good match for her.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's fun. I want to see
Yeah.
more of them together.
All right, let's get into Vanderpump, the new one. What do you think?
I thought it was fun. I'm seeing a lot of negativity for it on social media, but I think everyone's going to end up loving it with a few more episodes. I think it's just people people are never fucking happy because before they're like, cancel Vanderpump Rules, it's over, it needs a reboot. Then they reboot it. We don't want to watch new people, we want the old people. It's just like people are always going to be negative. But
it's weird to see them in the purple and being at Sir, and the style of Sir, is what it is. It hasn't been remodeled.
No.
So
And
it
it's always
does
empty.
feel like we're watching a show, like you said earlier, before we started filming. It feels like we're watching a reality show from 2011.
Totally. I mean, even the
even
way they're
shot that
styled.
way.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
shot that way. The way they're styled, like their hairstyle and everything, they look like cheesy people from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
On the CW. It's like, it's kind of shocking. There's also like a lot of Italians, and it kind of like at one point I'm like, am I watching like Mob Wives? Is Big Ange going to come out with some goat cheese balls? Like, what is this? But I kind of like that they feel very different than the original cast.
The only storyline in the first episode that I thought seemed lame and put up and maybe reenacted from a previous time is the one guy, Marcus, drinking on the job.
Oh, that was definitely fake. And then Lisa comes in to
gross
chastise
and
him.
unappealing, and like, why are you drinking on the job at Sir? Like, why? These people don't even. This generation doesn't even drink that much anyway. So why are you acting like you can't get through a shift?
He's from my generation. He's like 35. Like so he probably still does drink on the job, like the rest of the drunk millennials. No, I think it's fun. I think they definitely reenacted stuff because it's a premiere. Like you have to set things up.
Yeah.
I think the thing about Vanderpump Rules and they captured this is it's not a show about people working at a restaurant. It's a show about people in their 20s that are in LA trying to be famous, and they're thirsty and they're all hooking up and partying and going to the same spots and like trying to make it. And I think that captured it. So these do feel like, they definitely feel like the thirsty transplants that come to LA and they're trying to be influencers and stuff. So I don't know. It captured the vibe.
I hope there is enough for them to do
I
in
think
LA.
there will be.
Well, I'm just saying, like, business-wise, because every day you see, like, no production in LA, no shows are in LA. So I'm like, is there anything for these kids to do besides be waiters? I don't know. I hope so.
They're on OnlyFans, some of them. 2 of them are on OnlyFans already.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Harry and Meghan's Hollywood star is fading.
You don't say.
Fast. These 5 years after the royal break. She has a Netflix Christmas thing that I've only seen like clips and people ripping on, that she said a tradition of hers is going to get a Christmas tree. So. And then he makes a surprise appearance. Like he came down from upstairs, but we all know it's not their house.
Yeah.
And then
so he's pretending to.
Supposedly, according to the New York Post, Meghan Markle's father is not doing well at all. He just had his leg amputated in the Philippines. I don't know why he's in the Philippines, but he's begging for her to come see him. And I think I think him and the older daughter, the half sister, it's just all of that's really ugly. And I don't think anybody should be judging, including myself, whether she needs to make amends with this man or not, or what.
No, I agree with you. Like, me and my mum always fight, right? And we have a great relationship, but we fight a lot. And sometimes people judge it from the outside. I'm like, I don't actually know the whole history of our relationship together. So stay out of it. And I kind of feel for her. I mean, look, we know she's very image conscious, right? And she's getting into the royal family. There's a lot of pressure. By the way, I'm no Meghan Markle fan, so don't scream at me in the comments. I hate her too.
Sometimes people get mad if you for talking about her so much.
Yeah,
so.
But whatever. I hate her too, but I'm just saying, like, I can imagine you getting into the royal family. You want to make a good impression, and then Samantha Markle and Thomas come out to, whatever they did. It's in the National Enquirer, setting up paparazzi photos and doing the tell-all circuit, Piers Morgan. So
right, and her threatening to show up at the wedding, the sister that she barely grew up with, like.
I would be mortified.
For that, I feel like,
I would be mortified as well. But Yeah, as far as her
I
stars
mean,
fading.
here's the thing. What is she supposed to do? Is she supposed to turn down a Netflix cooking show?
No.
Is she supposed to turn down, an easy to do podcast that gave her millions that she sat back and didn't even ask the questions
But
of?
she could have done a better job with
She could have done a
them.
better job with it, but it's like, be mad at the networks and stuff that gave her this thing.
Yes.
And, now they have to support the family now. They have a big, big, expensive house. And yeah, no one cares anymore. Like, what's the scoop? You told us already that they were assholes.
Well,
so what else do you have? You have no other scoop. According to people, Prince Harry jokes that life with the royal family was like Downton Abbey. Isn't that show even on? Except the TV show had less drama.
Well, I think now they're realizing that they need to start, bringing out some juice again because people are losing interest. So they have to start, we want to know, the juice on the royal family. So now they're starting to do that. I mean, Harry was not appearing on her cooking show, I don't think. And now you just said that he popped down on the Christmas special. So they probably think, oh, we got to get some people to watch. So let's have a Harry cameo. Look, they probably have a very expensive lifestyle too, because they bought the place in Montecito at the height of when they were getting Spotify and Netflix were just throwing money at them.
Yeah.
And they probably thought this is going to last forever.
Right.
The deals have ran out. I don't know, what else they're getting booked to do really. I don't know how well her pedals and jams and stuff are selling online. So they're going to have to make some serious money because it will cost a lot to maintain a home in Montecito with the taxes and the staff and everything. So, we're just waiting for her to join Beverly Hills Housewives. I think that's what we're all waiting for. It's going to happen eventually.
Wait, I have a prediction.
Okay.
At Vanderpump Rules, we have a very interesting waitress that came.
Well,
she knows how to do a side work like no other. We go way back since we both come from a small country called England. Well, she migrated in. I was there, and we get along beautifully, charmingly. No, oh my God, how amazing would that be? If I was doing a sketch show, that's what I would do right now.
Well, wait.
I would write a sketch a parody of Vanderpump Rules, and we have a new waitress, and it's Meghan Markle making unfunny jokes and rolling her, doing her side work, rolling her knife and fork and going around. And then thirsty Harry tries to come in and she's like, I want to help Harry. I do, but he can't even make a pumptini. I mean, come on.
And she's putting rose petals on the goat cheese balls.
The flowers are my thing. I appreciate that Meghan wants to bring her expertise, if you call it that, but this is my baby. And if we can't all get along, someone has got to go. You're fired. You're fired, Meghan.
Maybe they can be the next, they can do Vanderpump Villa. They can be one of the people that go stay there with Marciano and Stassi.
Welcome to Vanderpump Villa. Marciano, I'd like you to meet who's going to be helping you make up the beds. Prince Harry.
I meant they were guests, not making the beds. You've got Meghan scrubbing the toilet.
The first season they come as a guest.
Yes.
The second season, now
they're working it.
Yeah. Or they have their own, or under her umbrella, she's like, wait a minute. She watches this episode and is like, wait a minute. Why don't we get them? Remember when Tori and Dean had their Airbnb in
love.
Riverside?
In love. INN, Tori and Dean in love. They're running a bed and breakfast. Meghan and Harry could do that. What does she know about
running a bed and breakfast when she was raised with 20 servants in the most expensive house in all of Beverly Hills? And now, no wonder they got divorced. She was like, how the fuck did this happen to me?
Yeah.
I'm with this Canadian I got horny for one night while doing a Lifetime movie. And now I'm making apple muffins for strangers on TV.
She's someone that knows how to make a buck. I mean,
God,
I've been waiting for
She's
her
a
to
good
get
time.
on Beverly Hills, but they don't want to cast her.
She has tried. I
Yeah.
was on her show and we were talking, and I asked her, and she's like, "No, I've never been asked."
They don't want her on, which I wish. I think they should put her on. I think they feel like it looks too obvious or something.
I say
but
never say never. I think I could, well, her youngest kid is pretty young, but I was going to say, like, I could almost see, like, 10 years from now, she has inherited all the money, with her brother, and now she's
no,
really
you want her
wealthy
now being a
again.
mess. You want her
Yeah, but
now,
I'm
and
just
then
saying
Candy coming.
then.
Imagine Candy coming in and judging her, and I mean, Candy would be like, because they've got Kathy Hilton on, and like
Yeah.
you would want the Candy appearances.
Right.
She knows them all. We want Tori on next season. Come on, guys.
Where can people find you?
Oh, on Instagram, Unpopular JP. Follow me for all my hot takes and my Patreon and all of that.
And then you right?
Daily Mail,
Still
of
Daily
course.
Mail, right?
Yes. Hello. Hi, I work at the Daily Mail. Check me out at the Daily Mail. Subscribe to our Mail Plus. We have like a paywall thing with all, the extra juicy stuff behind there. So
All right, you guys, remember you go to heathermcdonald.net to join my Patreon every Friday, new and exclusive content right there. Plus pre-releases and other juicy content of Get Me Behind Gates. So check it all out at heathermcdonald.net and click on Patreon. Thank you. Bye.